Guys, it's Vince. Today in this video, we're going to be discussing the process for requesting support, whether it be through email or phone support. As I get busier, due to the fact the channel, of course, is growing, the store is growing. I mean, everybody's hope is growing. Of course, I'm getting more and more messages daily due to the fact that there's a lot of third-party clients out there, whether it be clients or potential clients, I should say, that have imported components and need help. I'm getting more and more support questions as you guys become more familiar with your system. And I wanted to put a process together that's very simple to follow and will alleviate a lot of the lack of detail that I'm receiving. I tend to receive a lot of emails with like 3-word sentences. And guys, that's no different than if you called your mechanic and said, you know, I'm having a noise with my car. What do you think it is? There's no way that he can, properly assess the situation unless he has all the details. So what I did, I'm using Microsoft Word here. We're going to go through this really quick. And this is the process for requesting support. Many of you already know, if you go on, a lot of other vendors' sites, typically all over the internet, you're going to find that little contact us link. And then on top of that, it says, request for support. And then it pops up with this form you guys have to fill out that requests everything but your DNA, which is typically, what's your drive, what drives you're using, what power supply you're using, what hardware, software, and all this. That's 1985. This is a real simple method to use. And again, the more you use it, the simpler things will get. And again, the more beneficial it is to me because I become more effective. You guys are going to find that. The more detail I have, the more effective I am. It's no different than anyone else dealing with forensics, so to speak, on whatever topic it may be. So the first thing here we have on the first rule, I should say, is did you follow the troubleshooting protocol discussed in this video? Review the link. So what video I'm talking about is right over here. It's my CNC Ultimate Troubleshooting Protocol. Now, regardless of if you have a Gecko system, if you have a Chinese system, if you have a Fanuc, whatever it may be, this protocol works extremely well. You can do this virtually with any system, again, and you can assess this protocol based on the typical topic you're dealing with, okay? If you notice that an access has a little noise to it, something doesn't seem linear, the first rule of thumb is you want to assess that axis, of course. So you're naturally going to want to remove the motor. I get a lot of guys that don't want to do that. They think that they'll just keep running it or, something is going to change. If you hear something that's abnormal, assess it. And that means starting with that and then using the protocol and going from that point of topic. Okay? If possible, and you have time, I highly recommend doing the entire protocol. And the reason I say that is because if there is something else wrong, you'll find it right away. If not, you may end up waiting a couple weeks or a couple days and another problem may turn up. You don't know. CNC, and I can't emphasize this enough, really is a process of elimination. There's not a science involved here. It's not like, oh my God, every single time it's your bearing is bad. It doesn't work that way. It could be a loose motor. I've seen that numerous times. Loose couplings. I mean, things happen. And you guys have to become equipped at understanding the process of elimination. I realize everybody's skill set's different. Many of you have not ever used the process of elimination to actually figure something out. A lot of times guys are waiting for a yes. I get a question like, what do you think of this? What do you think this could be? I have no idea. Typical CNC variables can range from 1 to 200 variables per part, and that's under general use. So if you think about that, I mean, what sounds like a noise on an axis could really be, just a rough spot. You may have some scarf stopped in your actual ball screw. I have no idea. I'm not there with you. So again, details are everything. First rule of thumb, go through the CNC troubleshooting protocol and assess what you find with your system. And when I say assess it, that means grab a legal pad. Take notes on every aspect that you find. If you're assessing an axis and that's the issue you're having, you would write down everything about that axis. Did this, clean this, found this. Did this, clean this, found this. Tighten this, torque this, whatever it may be, write it down. Okay? Now, most of you are not going to want to do that. I know that. So the easiest way to get past that, and I'm going to discuss it over and over again in this video, is utilizing the multimedia methods that we have readily available to us. Again, we're dealing with smartphone error. 100% I can honestly say most likely have the accessibility to get a smartphone or using a smartphone where they have video and they have pictures that they're able to take. There is no reason, if you guys are on YouTube watching me talk, that you can't shoot your actual chassis and describe what's going on and show me exactly what's going on so I can simulate being there and I can hopefully analyze the problem as if I am there, which makes me more effective. Okay, so as you're doing this protocol, you can definitely use this protocol and record it. I mean, that's a real simple way to do. Most guys don't want to do it because, let's be real, it takes time. Okay, it's not something that's slow, but if you want the best support possible, you take the time and help me, and I'll take the time and give you 100% because it's there for me. You understand what I'm saying? If it's easier for me, it's easier for you. So that's really what I would start with. Start with this first. I'm hoping to see some hits on this go up because this is an awesome protocol. It works super, it's just super easy to use. I mean, if you follow it, and again, it doesn't matter what system you're using, you will easily eliminate what works and what doesn't. And that's the big thing. Process of elimination, what is working and what isn't. Once you get to the point to what isn't, it's real easy to narrow it down from that point. Okay, so next step we're going to do, what did you find after following the troubleshooting protocol? What, if anything, made a change? Provide all the details. And when I say provide all the details, guys, I can't tell you how many times I get emails from, hey, there's this problem going on in my system. What do you think? And then 5 minutes later, I get 5 or 6 more emails following that about the same topic of different things that you're finding. Take your time. I know a lot of you are in a rush because, we're all under time constraint. Take your time. Provide all the details. Okay, anything you find, there's this missing. I noticed this is a little loose. This seems, not as smooth, or the motor might be making this noise, or, this is happening, or the temperature changed. I mean, anything that you see as a variable, provide it to me. It will take you more time. There's no doubt about that. If you have to wait till the next day, then you do that. But I need all the details, okay? Once again, I'm only as effective as the end user taking the time to provide me the details. Okay. Number 3, write down exactly the results from the above testing to make sure you haven't missed anything that's critical to assessing the system. Once again, you can write it down, or we could use point number 4, use available multimedia technology to illustrate the issue that's occurring. I hope you guys all do that because that's the best way to do it. Once again, even if you write it down, I don't have my eyes on what you're seeing. A lot of times in email, of course, emails are great for general communication, but when it comes to, providing emotion or providing, exactly what's happening with visual aspects of a problem, I don't get to see that. That's where multimedia comes in. Grab the smartphone. If you need help, have your wife or someone help you. Shoot the video, discuss in the video what you're seeing going on. Make sure the lighting is correct. Make sure everything is to the best of your ability. How you would expect me to shoot a video, you would try to do the same. That's what I expect. This way, I'm as effective as you're expecting me to be. But without a doubt, I cannot emphasize it enough. You either write it down, which I highly recommend, because even if you have that checklist written down, you can always shoot the problem, shoot the checklist of what you've done. It shortens the email down tremendously. If we use this technology, I know some of you are really uncomfortable shooting videos and speaking in them. Look at YouTube. There's a lot of videos for some reason where people don't want to even display their voice. I'm not saying you have to go on there and take selfies of yourself, but provide the detail that's required to make me effective. That's a definite rule of thumb. Number 5, write a detailed email with the issue you're experiencing, the hardware, the software concerns, including the multimedia files, pictures, and videos you created to help illustrate the issue for proper analysis. Once again, I'm just summing up everything I've said to you guys, okay? If it has to do with a motor, you're going to tell me that. Again, in the video, I guarantee you, and I promise you, try this. Write a long email. I get emails all the time that are, 7, 8 paragraphs long. Grab your phone and time yourself from explaining it with your phone in a quick video. When I say a quick video, you can illustrate it very quick. And then on top of that, writing the email. The email is always going to take more time, okay? Especially if it's actually well thought out, it's well written, well punctuated. It's going to take more time. I know I do it every day. So again, utilize what we have and make your job as easy as possible so that I can make your job as easy as possible when I provide support. Now, again, I can't emphasize this enough either, guys. I consider myself well illustrated at what I do, it does not mean that I, by all means, am a direct expert. I'm not an expert, okay? I do have a lot of experience in this field. There's no doubt. I practice it every single day. And again, I deal with lots of troubleshooting every single day. It's part of this actual profession. That being said, I will still see things on a normal basis that, again, is something I'm always learning. What you guys feel you're learning, I'm learning too. There's no difference. As long as we both are on that same page to where when you ask for a direct support question, you understand that I can only be as effective as the details you provide. If you provide me a 3-sentence email, odds are I'm not going to be able to give you a real detailed answer. I'm going to request more information. Okay, so rather than start that email ballet going back and forth, we can get the dialogue started correctly where you guys understand this is what he needs. I'm going to go from there. So from now on, if there's any questions, I will just send this actual protocol or this actual video describing what I actually expect for support, and we'll go from there because I think this is the easiest way. Like I said, it's not the norm for a vendor to actually want to see a video or for a vendor to really want to see what's happening, with pictures and whatnot. Typically what they'll do is, like I said, that you deal with the typical contact form, and to be honest with you, when you fill out that information, what I have found myself in personal experience is that you never typically get the right answer anyways, because they're still missing information. It's just something about being able to see a video of what's actually happening or a real direct picture of exactly what's occurring that explains things in a totally different manner. I'm there basically with you. So again, I hope this video has been helpful. I know that many of you have many questions. Please keep them coming. I'll do my best to help. Keep in mind, and I can't emphasize this enough either, I have no problem offering free support, but there is a line to the free support I offer. Don't get that confused. If there is a system you need consulting with, and when I say consulting, if you're asking me, what do I need to do to this whole system to make it right? Can you help me with this? And I get those kind of messages all the time. Guys, my time is just as valuable as yours, okay? This is what I do. This is my career. So if you ask me that, I'm more than able to help you. The question is, are you more than willing to pay me? And I can't emphasize that enough. It's no different than if you go to a mechanic and they tell you, and many of them do, analyze the problem with your vehicle and it's free if you get the work done there. Well, I'm fine with that. I'll do that all day long. I have no problem with that. If you think I can stay there for 3 hours with you in direct email conversations going back and forth, and then when I request payment because now I've submitted my time, there's an issue with that. So I let you guys know up front. I don't pull any punches. I never have. And again, keep that in mind. It's no different than if you're going to your job, whatever it may be, or your business, and you're expecting to be compensated for your knowledge. It's the same thing. So again, be realistic. If the question is general, or if you need help, or if you need to be put on the right track, ask. But if it gets to the point to where I've had potential clients, and I've had this even this week, where they want me to search for parts for them. I mean, I'm not searching for parts without being compensated, guys. I mean, there has to be a line. There has to be a general line that we all understand, and again, a point of respect. I find that to be disrespectful if you think someone would work for you for free. It doesn't work that way. So be realistic, and again, I hope this video has helped you guys. Again, go through it, watch it again if you have to, review the troubleshooting protocol, and I guarantee you we'll get your system up and running. Okay? Again, if you do need to contact me for support, my email is storm2313@gmail.com. That's my direct email. You can also contact me through eDealers Direct. That's my eBay store. Again, to all my subscribers, guys, I love you. I'll do anything I can do to help. The big thing here, if we get everybody on the same page with this, it'll make things go a lot smoother. And it's much, much easier on both of us. So again, I hope it's been helpful. Take care.